How are you guys? Yeah.
So,
Yes.
we are here at
Yes.
the airport.
Yes.
We are the journalists.
Yes.
So, why are you here?
I mean, we're here to reclaim our airport. Rodri, if you're to paint a picture, what the common Mwananchi needs to understand that this is just like a bus station. This is a bus station. The way you go to BS, the way you go to Kodra is the same way. JKIA is a bus station but for airplanes. So you have the station moja kama Super Metro ni KQ, ingine kama Turkish Airlines, kama Qatar and whatnot. What is happening here is some people think that KQ making losses is what Adani is coming to fix. No, KQ ni kama matatu moja tu. If that's making losses, then you can replace it with something or you can inject other fiscal measures to ensure that it works. However, what's happening here is that there's a company called Adani Holdings that cannot even be allowed to do business in India itself. That has been flagged by the Australian government. But somehow they come for their dumping site for corrupt proceeds here in Kenya. So you hear that they want to put $1.8 billion in this airport for innovation. In Rwanda, is it Qatar, is building an airport for 1.3 billion. Kwa nini tusijenge ingine standard grade? Because in stage 2, all people don't understand because a lot of people don't come to airports. But that's what's happening. They're taking this, and if they manage to do that takeover, this place will not be called Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. It will be called Adani Holdings International Airport. That's what is going to happen. That's why we have to protest it. We have to protest it by any means possible, because hii ni kama mtu kukuja kwenyu ati kwa sababu nguo yako imeraruka anataka kuchukua land ya baba yako ama kwa sababu one of your houses imechomeka. It cannot be allowed. That's what we've said as Kenyans, and we will linger here. And you know, this one is a very easy protest. Hapa hakuna anti-riot because they want to maintain the image of the country. So hapa tutakimbizana tu. Hata kama ni siku 4 unaingia naenda pale najifanya na kunywa kahawa nazunguka. The way we've been here the whole morning. Unatoa kofia saa nyingine unaweka unabadilisha kofia, but we will be here to protest this unjust taking over of our airport. It is absolutely unfair. Do we not have other business partners? Can't we have people who are not corrupt taking over business in this country? Why is the only qualification for anyone to do business with this current government corruption? You want to tell me there are no rich men who can do this overhaul? They cannot trade with another government. The amount of money we lose in corruption alone can fix this airport. So I don't see why we have to do business with Adani. And Adani must go. That is our clarion call. Whether or not, if they arrest us, if they kill, if they terminate contracts, Adani has to go. Yes.
But the government is saying that Adani has a very good track record.
Where? Where is that good track record? The only good track record you can find is that they are corrupt, and a corrupt entity. They are struggling in debt. If you order to Adani, it is deep in debt. They cannot do business even in India, where they come from. So you're telling me if you're corrupt in Kenya, you can be allowed to do business in the UK. Why can they do business in America? Why can they do business in Zimbabwe or Zambia? Why does it have to be Kenya? This airport is doing just fine. If anything, it just shifts and carries proceeds of corruption. So we will not allow him to take over this thing. Kama ni hivyo watugawie tuchange hizo 10 bob to renovate, wewe upatiwe hii ukuta, I be given that other one, we renovate it ourselves as Kenyans, because it's very possible.
I think it's the very question I asked the Senator for Nandi Samson Cherargei. Like, how much do we need to raise as Kenyans so that we can renovate our own airport and we own it instead of bringing someone in for 30 years?
That's what we're saying. And remember, these people have said if they are interrupted in any way, whether it's legal action or whatever, they have to be compensated. So you are telling me, if I come here and ask you what you're doing here, I have to pay you. These people are just joking with Kenyans, and because they know that this is a place where a lot of Kenyans don't bother, and the people who come to airports are busy in transit and they do not have a moment to take. Now we've said we are occupying airports. They don't know the time we walked in, they don't know the time we will walk out. But even if it means staying here at the airport hotels, we will stay and we are in solidarity with the airport staff. That's one thing they need to understand. Even if it means we have to pretend we are booking flights to Kisumu, we will stand with the airport staff. Hakuna pali airport yenyu inaenda. Na hizo kazi zenyu hakuna pali zinaenda. I saw the other day the CS Mtua saying ati msisikize mambo ya activists. Wewe unaweza ita activist mtu mwenye anakutetea usisikize ati you can use to negotiate a better wage. When did this government ever negotiate a better wage? If they wanted to give you better wages, they would have given you better wages. It does not have to come from process of corruption. That's what we are saying. And when we say Adani must go, we are very serious. And you know, this is a very easy fight. This is not like CGO trying to go to a protected area. Here we are all travelers. Remember, in stage, panda tu matatu, kuja. Panda matatu, kuja to occupy pamoja. Hapa patokeki hapa. Yes.
So when a matter is in court, what is supposed to be done?
Ideally, we are supposed to pay Adani because we are interrupting their work. So we've sold off this airport for 30 years, and now we have to pay them, even if we have a matter in court. And those senators which we are talking to are part of the biggest names that have been implicated in this saga. It pains me absolutely deeply, and I say this as a person who might have had a privilege or two to fly around, but there are people who do not have that privilege. Yes, and now occupying an airport does not necessarily mean that all of us come and protest. It just means that the business that is supposed to be happening in an airport is not happening. Are the people flying out? No. Are the people flying in? No. Everyone is wondering, where are their flights going to take off? That is what we mean by occupying an airport. That's also what we meant by 99. As long as business is not moving, we have occupied. I don't even need to chant anything here. All we need to do is just ensure, yes, people know that we are here. We don't even need to protest. You've not seen me protesting today. I've just been walking around, driving around in this car, in a tiny car over there. As long as business is not moving in an airport, this man will have to sit down with Kenyans and tell us what is his vested interest. And if the rumors are true that $2 billion have been poured in this economy, and there's someone up there who's taking half of those proceeds, we will start hanging these corrupt people. I think that is the route we need to go. Or we'll start to stone them publicly. Because a thief who steals chicken or a bicycle or a phone in town or a handbag snatcher at archives is beaten and they are tired up and touched up. But if someone steals billions of dollars, nothing happens to them. We'll start treating them like those wayside robbers.
When CS Kipchumba Murkomen was still in charge of transport, who is to blame in all this, the so-called saga in quote unquote?
Kipchumba Murkomen is to blame for a lot of our problems. He also said that fuel will not increase at the pump before he was dishonorably discharged and rehired as a minister for youth affairs. Now he's robbed our levy, he's robbed our roads, and now he wants to come and rob our future. You think that's a thing we will allow? He is not an innocent man. His opinion about this matter does not matter. We don't care about what Kipchumba Murkomen has to say because we do not trust in his moral. He does not have any moral authority to talk about matters concerning the well-being and the welfare of Kenyans. Not at all. Not at all. And we do not esteem his opinion at all. So these government officials need to understand that now they have put us in this position where now we have to take matters in our own hands. We have to take care of the country ourselves, and we will take care of the country ourselves. We're willing to. We're willing to spare our time. We're willing to drop everything that we're doing to ensure that we protect our national assets. We will do it. This is one of the things. And if you let this thing go, remember, this is your biggest airport in this country. It's not a joking matter. I'm not here because that is you a flyer, I have flyer miles. No. It's because it's like saying you want to sell Nairobi National Park to a different person because they have a conservancy. The thing that has been happening in this country, we cannot allow it any longer. These are the same nitwits, the same Nicompoops who wanted to privatize a hangar, and they want to rent out planes the way you do an Uber business. You want to do that for the national thing. You go and buy a recycled plane from a foreign country and you bring it to our airports. You think that we'll let that fly? And now they've gotten the audacity to even think they will sell an airport. We will not allow it.
So Kenya is saying if Adani Limited has to stay, then
it cannot stay.
They should be given a land somewhere.
They cannot stay. Adani cannot stay.
They have to leave.
Adani has to leave. We will not do business as Kenyans with Adani. Adani will not stay here. There's no if. If he wants land, aende ajenge huko kwa maji, kwa Indian Ocean. Na ajenge huko outside Kenya's landmass.
The finance bill?
Adani has to go. This thing, if they keep on joking, and remember, they think that they've quelled us. They think that because we are not on the streets any longer, that maandamano imeisha. We can book flights. We can book flights and decide that these flights are going nowhere. If these people want to joke around with us, I will marshal 1,000 people to come and book flights to Kisumu, and we will sit down here. Ama tutakaa huko kwa runway after booking. Yes, tukatae kupanda ndege, tukae hapo chini. How much is a flight to Kisumu? Tunapanda one way, 8,000. How much do we need for 1,000? 800,000. Nafikiri ni kitu nikiitisha 10 kwa Wakenya wataninyima. I will get 1 million. Adani cannot stay in this airport.
Kasmuel, are you looking forward to join my brother, the so-called Kebaso Morara, in now getting these things work?
These things, we are doing it together. Why do you say ati do I look forward to joining him? Yeye anafinya hiyo upande mwingine. Kama sisi wote tungekuwa hapa nani angekuwa anafinya hiyo side? Morara saizi anafanya kazi noma sana pale tao. I know where he is. Anafinya sana huko tu pale huko. Ndio maana mimi niko hapa kwa airport. Then when he comes, we are just exchanging. You diversify this thing. Imagine if there were 100 youth. If there were 100 youth like us. Can you imagine if Kenya had 100 youth like us? Kuna mtu saizi anafinya Kisumu, Eldoret, Mombasa. Hii kazi tungemaliza kitambo sana.
Hata Kenya nsamanza kuwasaidia kufinya.
Hiyo sasa, that's what we want. We want every Kenyan. Hakuna jina, hakuna ati sijui a particular person, a specific person. This job is for you. It belongs to you. Kwani nani alinipea hii kazi? Am I more special than all these Kenyans who are watching? Ni kazi yao. Hata saizi hivi vile tuko wanaweza anza tu maandamano hapa. No one can shoot here. Hakuna tear gas tatupo hapa. Wakicheza, we'll occupy here. It's just that those people wenye wako pale wanaogopa tu. But if we start to walk around this airport, these people will have a very difficult time.
So you're saying you are not boarding?
Where? Adani has to leave. And we're making it very clear. I don't know why people think this is a joke and this is a thing we will not see through. Adani will leave by hook, nook or cranny. Because we will not tolerate people just coming to think they can do business. Then anyone will start doing business with the country. Yes, if you're corrupt in your country, you know the only place you can come and dump your corruption money is in Kenya. The only place you can come and dump your ill-gotten wealth is in Kenya. And then you threaten people with arrests. I had a friend who was arrested here the other day, and the government is threatening, the person who arresting authorities threatened that is incitement to violence. Us saying Adani must go is not incitement to violence. It is assignment to accountability. That's what we're saying. And we don't care. And those are flimsy charges. They cannot stick in court. Hawatatuweza. And we're sick and tired. I'm asking all Kenyans, you have to be sick and tired enough for you to just walk in here as a madman. Ama tupange, we take flights. I think if these people are joking and we're saying if you don't see any meaningful, you will have to cancel all the flights. We will come and we will book flights. We'll look for 1,000 youth and we will book flights. We will say we want to go to Kigali, or we want to go to Kisumu, we want to go to Nigeria or London, whatever it is. And we will come here and we will not board the airplane. You will have to shoot us on the runway. Because you cannot disrespect our heritage like that. Not at all. This is a bus station. The only difference is it operates with airplanes. If one airplane is sinking, if one station, kama Super Metro haifanyi vizuri, unapanda City Hopper, ama unapanda Double M, but you don't lie to us that sasa the whole station has a problem. What is so special about this JKIA that it needs to be renovated using 1.8 billion? While 1.3 billion could build a new airport facility, is building a new airport facility in that country called Rwanda. What is so special about us? If Adani wants to do business, waingie Indian Ocean. Na hata hapo watacheza na sisi. We will come there and we will come there and we'll start fishing in that airport. There should no joke around with Kenyans. Yes.
More Radio, 88.2 FM. We are in charge.